What's up, guys? Wuju here. I am an Eternus Holiday player. I have about 500 games on Holiday all time. I'll put a graphic up on the screen that shows proof. I have about a 55% win rate, so I just wanted to make a quick guide for all those people out there that want to play Holiday but don't understand how and are having a hard time winning and need some tips on how to carry some games. Throughout this guide, I'm going to go through a few sections. First, I'll talk about builds, and I'll recommend you some builds. Probably around 3. There's a lot of pro players that have guides that are really good if you follow them, and then I have my own guide that I'll recommend, but I wanted to recommend you a few so that you have some to choose from because they're all a little bit different and all have their own niche. And then I'll talk about some basic combos, and then I want to go through what I do at different parts of the game to try to carry. That being said, let's jump right into it. Let's get into some builds here. So you'll see I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 builds here active, except for my old guide here that's outdated. It still works, but it's not that great. But so I'm going to go through these 5 builds here and tell you what the difference is between all of them and why I think they're good in their own ways. I specifically only play my own build nowadays, which I'll cover first. But each of these builds that I'm going to show you all have different strengths and weaknesses, in my opinion, and I just personally liked what I've done my best because what I've done is taken all the builds I like and kind of combine them into their own. So the first build here at the top, this is Saiah's new gun Holiday. If you don't know Saiah, Saiah is a very, very good Holiday player, one of the best Deadlock players in America probably. They play Holiday, Paradox, basically everything under the sun. And this is how I got really good at Holiday, was following Saiah stuff. So shout out to Saiah, but this is basically a clean cut, simple build. You start out with the typical start on every Holiday build where you get early resistances and you get extra charge and some spirit damage. And then late game and throughout mid game, you slowly transition into gun to finish off the game late. This build is super straightforward and easy to follow, so if you want something easy to follow, please just take this one. And Saiah updates it a lot more than I do because Saiah plays every day. But yeah, you can use this one if you want. Second one here is going to be Taz. Taz is another Eternus II player who plays a lot of different things and has a lot of different builds. But this is just like a straight up crazy gun damage build if you want to try something like this. I don't personally recommend the gun. I think it's a little too unreliable and requires way too much effort to do damage when you could just build Spirit into gun and do the same amount of damage, if not more reliably every single game. So feel free to try this one out if you want. I did play gun for a long time. I kind of transitioned between Spirit and gun and hybrid and lasso as I play the game, but yeah. Next up, we have Consistent here, which is going to be made by they changed their name. I don't remember their name is honestly, but they're a very high elo. They're like a top 5 Holiday player. Another straightforward build if you like these kind of things. This one is more spirit and more utility focused. Please go for it. It has been updated in a while, but it's still a good build. This one's the Bounty Hunter. This is actually the original variation of the build I created myself. This was someone else's build, and then I took a lot away from this and tweaked it into my own build. Relatively the same as mine, so shout out to this guy for the inspiration. I just moved some things around for my own preference. I cleaned some things up, added some annotations because I know a lot of people are going to be looking at my build after this guide. So let's get into my recommended build for myself. So this is mine. I call it the Wuju Top 10 Holiday because when I made it, I was top 10. Haven't been playing a lot of Holiday, so I dropped back, and I've been playing with friends, so I deranked a bit. But basically straightforward. We'll just go through the items. This is lane. You could just build it in this order every single game. You can skip Restro if you want, but I usually just get it because the flat weapon damage in lane is really, really nice. And then I build straight left to right. I do build Trophy Collector because, as you see in the gameplay footage, I do get ahead a lot. So I just use this to snowball the games. I have it on here that if you're playing below Eternus, you'll get a lot of kills, but in general, honestly, on Holiday, you get a lot of kills. I generally don't know if it's worth it or not, but it works for me and I win games, so I just keep doing it. Pick one of these or both if needed. Grab Enchantress Emblem or Battle Vest or both. If they have a lot of spirit damage or you want to do more spirit damage just in general, Enchantress Emblem is great. Battle Vest, again, if they just have all gun characters so that you can grab this. Holiday works really well with both, and both help you kill camps really, really fast. I do think overall Enchantress Emblem is just better, but that's why you see it in builds like Saiya's. But, Battle Vest is also reliable, and it kind of does give you more dopamine because you get the fire rate. Then next, I transition into Veil Walker and Express Shot. I know Express Shot's a little bit weird, but ever since I tried it, I did the math and I looked at how much damage it does in my games. And if you look at the games I play, you know, my express shot is doing a decent amount of damage here. If we go to damage dealt by type, you'll see my express shot's doing 2600 damage. That's more than my mystic shot, and I buy my mystic shot way before. It does more than my Mercurial Magnum, which costs more. You know, so it's one of my top damages, and that way reliably, sometimes even higher than this. If I'm aiming really well, if you get the express shot double headshot, it's very strong like this.
Stay strong, buddy.
Like that. It's very strong. But yeah, so I personally like it. It's a little gimmick. It adds a little flair to the build. And then after that, it's just standard Holiday. You finish your core, you get all your core, put your Mercurial Magnum on your one, on your barrels, get your Spirit cooldown. Be careful, there is a bug right now. You kind of have to make sure you buy the compressed cooldown first. I don't know why this happens. I don't know how to fix it. Survival, of course, everything is annotated here. If you need a debuff remover, get it. If you need a warp stone, get it. E-shift to dodge U-jolts as well. Like whatever you think, counterspell if you're really good with it, it's really good. And then from there, once you get later into the game, I just grab a glass cannon, 100%, and sometimes I grab a lucky shot, or I skip lucky shot and I go into other. But with these two items and everything from the above section like this, you are just an absolute menace with the damage. You just literally barrel someone, double headshot them, and you are absolutely nuking them. I will obviously put some clips later in the video showing off this damage, but it is very strong. And yeah, that's really it. That's the build. And then from there, if you need to, you know, you can build things like Vampiric Burst. You'll sell Resto Shot when you're in the game. You can buy Siphon Bolts. You can just build more defensives. Once you have these two items, you're doing way more than enough damage. Everything else is just to help you survive. Yeah, that's about how it works. Alright, let's talk about some basic combos. And now let's talk about some Holiday combos, okay? Going through the basics of Holiday's abilities. If you haven't played her before, I'm assuming you have if you're watching this video. But let's talk about the barrel, because that is the most complicated ability on Holiday. Basically, long story short, in a simple way, you throw a barrel, right? You shoot it, it blows up. You throw it, you throw it, you melee it, it goes flying, right? You can melee it further. You can melee it further by jumping. You can melee it further by aiming higher. You can momentum will carry it if you roll and you throw it. You can bounce pad and throw it towards the ground. Basically, once you melee it, when it makes contact with the surface, it will explode. So if you melee it directly down to do damage to someone like this, you can also hit them with a light melee. If you melee it up towards the wall, it'll blow up on the wall. So if there's like a lash flying around up here, I can go like this, hit the lash with it. I want to roll it into the... But if you just roll it like this, it doesn't do damage when it explodes. It just explodes after a time. It takes a very long time. Very bad. You almost always are going to be meleeing your barrels directly at the enemy, whether it's because you're flying through the air, they're running away, and you don't have any bounce pads, you need to hit them like that. You see how far I can throw that thing? Or, you know, you're flying through the air, you go to drive by someone and then go kill this guy. Alright, there's a million different ways to use your barrels, but long story short, you want to jump, press 1, and Q. And that's your fastest way to get a barrel off. Jump 1, Q. Jump 1, Q. And that instantly blows up the barrel. So, you know, let's say you're in lane. I'll show you a real life clip of this. But let's say you're in lane, level 1. You know, someone is near the bridge. You just run, jump, blow up the barrel, get the light melee. You just did like 100 damage to them, right? Pretty simple system. Cool. Next, bounce pad. Okay, throw it down, stand on it, fly up in the air. Your momentum goes in the way that you are moving. So if I want to fly to the left, fly to the left. If I want to fly backwards, I mean, I've never do this, but you can like, oh, I missed it. You get the point. You can go backwards, right? The bounce pad, the first time you bounce off of it, when you hit the ground, you'll do a little AoE shockwave that does damage to nearby enemies. It does about 80 damage base, right? When you level it up to level 2, when your teammates or yourself take the bounce pad, you get a little burst of movement speed after. You'll see you'll get a little like sound cue there, and you get extra move speed. Very nice for chasing people, running urns, so on and so forth. And then when you level it up to 3, you get improved spirit scaling. Pretty simple. It just does a lot more damage. The damage is pretty good, but you know, 90% of the time I'm using this for mobility, and the damage is a luxury. Your barrel, there's nothing special on here, by the way. That's why I ignored it. It's just extra cooldown, extra damage, extra charges. Yeah, that's the bounce pad. Pretty simple. You can bounce pad into walls. You can bounce pad to get to high surfaces. Like if I want to get up on this roof, I can bounce pad, jump off the wall, get up here. You can bounce pad and then cancel it with a shift. So when you're in the air with your bounce pad, your stamina works like you're flying through the air on Lash. If you press shift, you'll fly directly forward. If you fly up in the air and you press control, you'll fly directly down. you can use a warp stone, and you can look down and instantly teleport down to do damage. You can warp stone, teleport across the map, then do the damage. So like, let's say someone was over there, all the way over there, right? I could, oops, that was a misclick, sorry. They're all the way over there. I could bounce pad, fly, keep going, shift, warp stone, and do damage to them, right? No one can outrun you. No one can catch you when you're playing Holliday. You're the fastest character in the game, arguably. It's very, very strong when you have things like stamina mastery, and you just bounce pad, you fly through the air, you shift, you run at the wall, you go here, you warp stone here. Like, no one's gonna catch you. If you airstream properly, you play a game like Counter-Strike, you can get in crazy momentum and crazy distance. It's very, very strong ability. Alright, next up we have the crack shot. Crack shot is simply bonus headshot damage. At the base, it's a 20-second cooldown. Shoot someone in the head, you get that little ting. You can see on the barrel of the gun, there's like a little glowing golden swirl around it. That means it's active. That's how you can tell if the enemies have it active. You shoot at the head, it does damage, right? It's on a cooldown, pretty long to start, 20 seconds. As you level it up, level 1, it applies a move speed slow to the enemy. So you'll be able to see they get a little bit of some down arrows, which is a move speed slow. Level 2 gets increased damage, and level 3, it's a 4-second cooldown on hero headshots and -2 on NPC headshots. So you'll see if I shoot this guy in the head, okay, I gotta turn off cooldown. Shoot this guy in the head after I reload. You'll see it's on a 20-second, 15, 11, 6, 0, back up. Generally, you don't usually max this ability that fast nowadays, just because it's really, really hard in higher ranks to just hit constant headshots, and it's almost not necessary because of how high Holiday's base damage is. Once you get some % gun damage and % spirit damage, that you don't need that extra cooldown. It's almost just like a luxury. But obviously, if you do play full gun builds like Tass's build here, you're going to usually max it a little bit earlier, but you'll see he doesn't even max it until 2nd. In my build, I don't max it till 3rd, and Saiah's build, they don't max it till 1, 2, 3, 4 until 1, 2 until 3rd. So it's reliable, but it's kind of bait, to be honest with you. It's really fun when you first start playing the game, but honestly, like, it's not your most important ability. The slow, the big burst from the one-time use is all the damage you need, and I'll demonstrate that when I do some more damage-based combos. Next up, the lasso. It's an ult. It lassos people. It's like a Bebop hook, but worse, I guess you could say. Bebop hook overrides it for some reason, but level 1, it just gets damage. Level 2, it gets a longer duration. Level 3, it gets cooldown. So the lasso, you throw it at them, grabs them, pulls them in. You know, you can run with them. Sorry, let me turn cooldown back on. You can run with them. You can dash with them. You can bounce pad with them to extend the duration of the lasso. You'll see my lasso, like if it's about to run out like this, and then I step on a bounce pad, it gets a little bit extra length. So you can say, do something like this, like let's say I'm in lane, this is the enemy. I can lasso them, run towards my turret, bounce pad them in, fly them into my turret guardian like this, then knock them up and shoot them in the head. And there you go. That's how you just ran them halfway across the map with the lasso without any increased duration. You can do some funny stuff like duration extender, superior duration, and do something like this and grab them and literally just run them around the map like an animal. They're in this thing forever. But, I mean, it's usually not necessary. You can kill them with a standard duration lasso. Your lasso, you can throw it while you're in the air. You might want to hit it. So, if I throw down a bounce pad, you can fly through the air and hit it. So, see, I'll miss my bounce pad there in that first example, right? This is something important to think about, because this is how I like to guarantee my lasso every time. I like to bounce pad, throw a barrel, and that gives them a second of immobility where they can't move because I knock them up. And then I throw the lasso instantly. So, like, let's say this person is an enemy in lane. Let me position him so it's a little bit more realistic. Let's say he's here, right, and I'm in lane, and I throw down a bounce pad, and I go to barrel him, right? If I throw this down, and I see the barrel goes like that, I'm not going to throw the lasso, because I can see the barrel missed, right? But if I'm flying through the air and I know my barrel's going to hit like this, I instantly charge the lasso before the barrel hits, so that they get bounced up into the lasso, and they can't dodge it. It's very, very OP to guarantee your lasso. Very hard for them to dodge. Like, so if I do something like this, I throw it down, charge the lasso, and grab them, run with them, drop another bounce pad, and take them home, right? Due to the camera being on, I'm messing up on my combos, but that's okay. But yeah, that's the basics of her abilities. So you just learned a lasso combo, throw the lasso, barrel, chuck the lasso, bang. Grab them, pull them home. So simple, slow it down. It's bounce pad, Barrel, punch the barrel, lasso, grab them, pull them. Take them wherever you need to take them. If this was a real match, bounce pad, barrel, lasso, pull them this way, drop another bounce pad, pull them into my turret, have my team kill them, knock them up again, headshot him. They're long dead. If they're not dead, you chase them down with some more barrels. It's that simple. Pretty cool. And now we can talk about lane and doing damage. So outside of that simple combo, like I mentioned earlier, just hit someone with your barrel. You don't even need your bounce pad. Headshot them. This is how you're gonna get lots of little trades off. Just shooting people. This is how Holliday works. That's really it, honestly. That's all of her combos. You just throw your barrels. The trick to Holliday and being really good is learning how to throw your barrels. You gotta learn how to throw your barrels and hit them at any distance. Like, I know how to hit this guy because I've played the game enough. I've played enough games of Holliday. I just go like this. Okay, he's a little slow. Hit him there, right? Hit him. I don't have any stamina. Let me turn on infinite stamina. I can hit him here. Right? Hit him here. Hit him here. Hit him here. Hit him here. Warpstone, hit him here, right? Like, I know how to hit every barrel. But yeah, something else that's actually really good to know on Holliday is when you're in the lane and you want to hit a barrel on someone, but you're not that experienced and you're not close enough. Like, let's say you're not that good at getting this angle because you don't have that many games, like maybe you throw it short or something. One thing that you can get good at when someone's chasing you is bounce off the wall and throw a barrel straight down on them. So like, let's say I'm running away, this guy's chasing me, oh my god, jump, bounce pad, throw it right down on his head, and I get the light melee, so you don't have to just do this. It also can help you avoid their damage if they're coming in. It can help you avoid getting parried, because sometimes when you're playing Holliday, people will insta-parry after your lasso, because they know you're gonna pull them, and then you're gonna jump, you're gonna barrel, and they're gonna parry, so that you get parried by that light melee. They'll still get hit by the barrel will still go off, but you will get parried. You know, a lot of the times you get parried and it doesn't matter, they die anyways, but you get stunned for a second, sometimes it gets you killed, so it's important to switch it up. Sometimes I'll lasso people, and then I'll run in my turret, and then I'll jump, but I won't barrel, and then as soon as it parries off, I barrel them. Sometimes I instantly do it. It's just like playing Abrams or something. It's all mind games. You gotta get into their head. You gotta mess with them, just like with these dummies. You gotta outplay them. But that's really it. That's the basics of a Holliday combo. The only other thing you would need to ever use, which is very unlikely that you'd use, is you pull them, and if you want to pull someone into a corner, you can drop a bunch of barrels, and then you can blow them up, and that's how you kind of one-shot someone. But this combo is not as reliable nowadays. Like that, you get a lot of barrels off. I don't ever feel a need to use this, but people do like it. It's just really hard to replicate in a normal game. Like, you're grabbing someone in the middle of a lane, and then trying to find a wall to get them to, get their barrels down, get them all there, and then throw them. Like, I'm playing with cooldown on, so, like, it's obviously a bad example. Then you see I messed it up, they all ran all over the place. So, usually it's more reliable just to pull them to your team or something like that. But yeah, the only other thing I need to teach you is, with the lasso, you can flick it, right? So, like, your lasso's always going to go where your crosshair is. Like, if you've played Bebop, you know you, like, throw the hook, it goes in a straight line no matter what your camera does. But with Holliday, your lasso is going to go wherever your camera is looking at the end of the cast. So something like this, you can see I'm like aiming at him, but then I flick, it misses. Well, this could be used to your advantage, because if you throw it, if you flick your camera, as you see, as soon as the lasso leaves your hands, you can reposition easier. So as soon as I see that lasso leave my hand, I know it hit, right? So I'm already turned and running the other direction. You don't want to do something like this. Oh, did it hit? Oh, it hit. Let me turn around and run. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to throw your bounce pad down, throw the barrel, throw the lasso. Know that thing's hitting. Have some confidence. Drag them into your base, and you gain an extra 2 feet or so because you're getting an extra air dash, right? If I throw this barrel, I throw this lasso, I know it hit. I got his ass. He's coming with me. We're going home. Let's go visit the fam, right? He got kidnapped. Yeah, that's it. That's the basics of Holliday. It's just going to take a lot of reps to get really good with her barrels, but I promise you, with enough games, you'll get really good with them, and you'll be really annoying. Yeah, and then after that, you just start to add in some items, right? You throw the barrel, you go flying on someone, Arctic Blast, drop a barrel on their head, shoot them in the head. Let me show you what this looks like with some actual items. Throw in quick silver reload, trophy collector. I need my flex slots. Get the extra slot. I got the Veil Walker, Express Shot, Superior Cooldown, all that jazz. So you'll see I have Arctic Blast. I'm going to sell that because I don't normally build that in my build, just for sake of example. So I'm going to Bounce Pad. I'm going to throw a barrel on them. and I'm gonna double express shot them, right? I didn't read that number, let's read it again. Okay, wait.
I'm done playing nice.
That was about 1400 damage there alone, right? That doesn't include anything else that's happening to them. That doesn't include the resistances that this guy has. There's so many different things here. So lots and lots of damage. But yeah. Alright guys, now I'm just going to go over 5 different clips here. These clips are just really simple things that are going to show you a little bit of how they play the game. If you want to see more, you'll have to watch a full gameplay video, which I'll release after this video or the next day, but very, very soon. But these are just some basics, and I'll talk over them to show you what goes on in my game. First barrel off instantly to get it on cooldown. Make sure to hit 1 target with it. Sometimes you hit 2. Here I just trade to protect my teammate, look for a free punch. None of this is special. You always want to be hitting the minions to make sure you get the wave pushed out. Then here I always save my second barrel. That's the key here to min-max. Doesn't make a huge difference, but it can add up. Save my second barrel for this wave to die, so that I can put the 1 skill into it.
First side on rebuttal.
And then you'll see I take the left side of the map here just to take some space and look for that combo here.
This guy, look at that trade.
This is the basic combo that I mentioned before of jump 1 Q to get the light melee and the barrel on them. So this clip example, I just want to go over the basics of, you know, what to do when you get kills and how to keep the pressure on the enemies / when to really like go hard on a fight. So here you see we get a pick on the goo ball, which is really nice, and my Bebop keeps fighting, so I want to make sure I get in with him, but also got to kill the minions. Right here, I'm throwing out a bait parry because I have rebuttal just for fun. Just kind of like a gimmick I'm doing here. I save my bounce pad in case I need it and just keep shooting a clip into the Abrams. Here my barrel's back up, my bounce pad's back up. I know it's kind of hard to see, I apologize. But I run back to buy my extra charge and my sprint boots because I know I need these to do big damage for the double charges. Instantly trade back on the rebuttal damage. Parry his punch.
Stay there, you have a bomb.
And make sure the bomb hits him.
Rebuttal him again.
You know, I'm playing against 2 punch characters. A lot of people don't want to go into this fight, but sometimes you have to get active to result in kills. My Bebop trolls. Holy rebuttal! Yeah. Ready, so here's a basic example of a 1-shot combo to show you the basics of how to kill someone. So me and Bebop got our Guardian, and now we're roaming just because we have free time. You'll hear me call to have my Lash go green. Can you go green when you respawn? That way we don't lose our green Guardian. I bounce pad in, look for a barrel. I realize he's out, so I turn onto the Drifter and kind of miss all my bullets, but guaranteed this kill here. And then I notice here that this Wraith is kind of playing on the right side, you can see. So I instantly push the wave because our goal is to hit the Guardian. And then when I notice this Wraith is hugging the right side, I look for some chip damage. And when I realize he's not moving, I land on him, hit him with a 1-shot combo, and I'll do about 99% of his health and let my teammate finish him off. And so this clip here is just a basic team fight. I do make some mistakes, which shows that you can still do a lot and, you know, basically kill the whole enemy team, even with missing some abilities. So you see I'm placing my bounce pad here to start the fight, and I look for a pick onto the Eternus. The barrel and miss the lasso, so I make sure I get out of his ult and not get stunned. I chunk him out, start filling my team with my barrels. I want to chase his Abrams here, and I'm thinking about his punch because I know he wants to punch. Parry and finish him off. And then I know there's 2 up there, and I can't kill them, so my goal here is just to reposition while I stall for my cooldowns to come back. So I drop back down, I take the Veil Walker, and I slowly reset the angle here. Now I have about a barrel and a half. Get a chunk onto the Wraith with my express shot. She ults me, but I don't care. I save my stamina here is important to make sure that I have it if I need to run. I just play around the truck.
Nice.
And then I turn the fight on him when he has nothing left. Finish him off. And of course, teabag him. So this clip here, what I'm thinking about here is like mid-game and using my Veil Walker to find picks. Now that I basically have my full build, which is my Veil Walker and my express shot, my mystic shot, I have all my burst. And My goal here is to just find picks on the side lanes and find picks on the enemy team in general to accelerate the game. So you'll see here this Mina is showing on the wave, and all I'm thinking here is I have a Viper here, and I know that this guy is going to want to push. So what I tell my team here is, hey Viper, stay nearby. I'm going to use this Veil Walker, try to go to this guy with my lasso and find us a free pick. And then you'll actually hear me notice that he has a unsecured soul bag on him. So then I increased the prio on this kill because I could go help the doorman, but I felt like it was more important here to go take out the Mina. So we can just watch.
Pull back.
Oh, let's kill the Mina and get this walker. I'll lasso her. She has a huge bag.
Got him roped up.
They're collapsing on you guys.
Chase her, chase her, chase her. Bounce pad's gonna be down here. I call my bounce pad and we just leave because we know this is a bad fight. Also, keep running. I play slow to make sure I can barrel for my teammate if he needs it. That's about it. So I actually did mess this up here. When I hit her with the lasso, there's a few other ways I could have done this. So I Veil Walker on her. She's a huge bag. I lose sight for a little bit, and I'm like, where did she go? But I saw the little trail, so I know she's to my left. Here I could have did the combo, the jump 1Q to get the melee and a big burst of damage on her. But I thought it was better to hit her lasso before she used her teleport. And then I get a little turned around here, and I don't use my bounce pad because I don't know which angle my Viper's coming from. So that was a pretty big mistake there. But then we end up chasing her down and getting the kill. Alrighty, so that's all I have for you today. Hopefully this guide helps you out a little bit. I know it's not super perfect, it's a little bit scuffed, you know, I'm not a pro at this shit, but I know there's not a lot of content out there, so I just wanted to make something. I will release a full gameplay footage of me playing an entire game just to show you like what really goes on, because I know the clips don't have all the context, and you know, sometimes the clips make you look really good, sometimes they make you look really bad, and it's not always that consistent. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's anything I didn't hit, and yeah, thanks for watching.